Let's start with probably the most important ingredient within the shake, which is kind of the secret sauce, the way I look at it, which is, talk to us about the Trizor protein.
All right, well, one of the things that we did is we're really forward thinking. We were really studying science and put together something that we now know was so innovative because there's so many clinicals coming out showing that a combination of proteins are better for your body. And I know it's because they digest slowly, they digest long, they support muscle health, but Dr. Witherly and I were talking about the amino acid and why it helps you build muscle. Can you talk about our Trizor protein?
This is really key, so if you want to take notes, now is the time to bring them out. 7 years ago, we had a theoretical framework of how to make the best shake. It was still theoretical, based in great science. Now, 7 years later, the papers have come out showing it's perfect. Each one of these proteins breaks down in the bloodstream at a separate rate. So that means amino acids are being continuously fed to your muscles. So the muscles don't need to take in sugar, they can take in amino acids. So it's a diet shake, it's a muscle building shake, and it's continuous for 6 hours. And it makes you feel full much longer than any of the competition.
Dr. Simon, can you talk a little bit about why soy is such a great protein?
You know, soy has long gotten a very bad rap, or I should say in the last few years, and soy is a critical protein. And for some of you who have heard Nick talk yesterday a little bit about it, the ambassador training, soy is a very large constituent part of the diet, if you will, of the Asian diet, and they have less cancer, they have less heart disease, and we think that soy is an integral part of that. A lot of people who use soy put genetically modified soy. We use non-GMO, which means not genetically modified. One other concern about the soy that people, it's an amazing protein, it's very well absorbed. People have had issues and say, okay, if I'm a man and I'm using the soy, am I going to get man boobs? And the answer is, no, you're not. There are phytoestrogens inside soy, like dadsine and genistein are the two primary phytoestrogens that are in soy that kind of get the bad rap. And if you're a woman who, God forbid, had a breast or an ovarian cancer, they say don't have soy. The answer is actually you can have soy, and I've worked with Dr. Messina, who's probably the world authority on soy. They've recently done a study of 9,000 people in Asia that have had breast cancer who went back on soy, and it actually reduced the risk of cancer or a second cancer. So soy has had a very bad rap in the educated lay population for silly reasons, in my opinion. But we do take the isoflavones out, so there is no real worry about that. You still have the integral parts of the protein that are very important from a health and wellness standpoint. And I know we're kind of talking fast, but tonight at 5:50 we have the product education workshop where we're going to go into details about it, and we'll answer questions and spend a lot more time.
Great. And then also soy is easily digested.
Yeah, one of the things, we can get the slides up too, guys. One of the things that I was most impressed with is these guys formulated the idea of Trizor years and years and years ago based on science. And I hope you guys heard what they just said, because I think, if I'm reiterating, more and more modern research keeps coming out that now is saying that neither soy as a standalone or whey as a standalone is the best, but actually the way they work synergistically is having greater benefits than anything else out there, which is something, guys, that we developed in our proprietary Trizor formula years and years and years ago. These guys were like a decade ahead of their time. Round of applause for coming out with that. Trizor, we have two different types of whey. One type of soy. You guys talked about soy a little bit. Maybe touch on a couple of key bullet points of the different types of whey.
Yeah, now we use two different types of whey. We use a whey concentrate that curbs hunger quickly, and then we have a whey hydrolysate, which is a brand new technology. It's super expensive, which is why other companies don't use it. And it's been shown to be the most absorbable, high-quality protein on the market today. And we use that to help you build that lean muscle really fast. It's also full of amino acids. Anything you want to add about whey?
Yes, with the results that I found using our shake, I tried to figure out there must be more science behind it. The whey hydrolysate that we use has growth factors and immunoglobulins in there. It's just not whey protein. It's a complete health whey hydrolysate that I did realize 5 years ago, but now the research is in. And it's almost like, with your guidance, we saw the future.
Yeah.
And we're still ahead of everybody else.
So I know you guys mentioned a little bit on why, so if we get the slides on the screens, guys. So in terms of other benefits, Audrey, I know you wanted to talk about in terms of the soy specifically in our shake.
Yeah, soy is an amazing protein because it's easily digested, which is why it's great for kids and adults alike. You'll find soy protein in things like baby food because it's so easily digested, and as we age, it's harder for us to digest it. But there are studies that show soy improves muscle performance. Soy builds lean muscle equal to, if not greater than, whey protein. Soy, studies show, make you smarter, which is why I think we have so many great promoters in our company. And soy decreases your risk of certain diseases. Adequate consumption of soy in your diet helps your body lower C-reactive protein, an indicator of inflammation and heart disease. There are so many benefits. I hope we had an hour here, but we'll have an hour later.
I know, Dr. Simon, you said that our soy is isoflavin-free and non-GMO. This one's funny to me because we get this a lot in the field. I know a lot of you guys promoters have gotten these questions. And I'll let you guys back me up because you understand this a lot better than I do. But the irony is isoflavones occur naturally in food, okay? We've removed them from our shake mainly because of misconception around them. But the irony, and back me up on this, the irony is most current modern research is actually saying there's positive benefits to having them. So maybe if you guys can clear up kind of what it is. Yeah. We removed them, right, because there's a lot of misinterpretation, but maybe what people are now finding.
I'll take a quick stab. So the things that are important in fruits and vegetables are basically they're called phyto. They're different types of phyto products that are in these, and there's more than 150,000 different types of those compounds. And the two in soy happen to be dadsine and genistein. They're very powerful, but we have removed them for reasons of perhaps misconception in the past, but we still have maintained the integrity of the core protein. Go ahead.
So isoflavones, just building on what you said, are like antioxidants found in food. There are probably more isoflavones in your taco if you eat it out there today for lunch than there are in our shake. There's more isoflavones in your coffee and in pistachios. But they're actually, when we formulated the shake 7 years ago, it was not well understood. There is research out that's showing it's good, and if you Google the American Cancer Society 2012, they've come out in support of isoflavones. So, you know, we removed it because of the controversy, because of the concern, but more and more studies are showing that it's actually beneficial.
The other thing that I'll add is that the phytonutrients that we're talking about are not only in the ViPack and the antioxidant because they're in there, but they're in a lot of the different flavors that we add on to the shake. So, you know, Steve can talk about an hour about this. We'll talk more about it tonight. But the peach and the strawberry and the orange have a whole bunch of phytonutrients that really provide essential, basically essential nutrients that we need for our body to support itself and heal itself. You need that platform of nutrients, and we provide it in many different ways for you.
So the core of the shake is trizor protein. It's called what? Trizor protein, right? Two different types of whey, one type of soy. They went through the benefits of the whey, some of the benefits of the soy. The soy that we use is a certain type that we remove the isoflavones, even though now they're saying there's positive benefits, but we remove it because of misconception. Here's another question that we get a lot, right? I know there's no perfect answer to this, but when it comes to the sweeteners used in the shake, right, and the whole sugar controversy that's going on out there, maybe talk a little bit about why sucralose, why the sweetener we use in our shake.
You're the expert.
I know. This is my favorite thing to talk about, and at the product education tonight, I'll go into my full-on blown dissertation on it. But we use sucralose to keep our shake diabetic friendly. We know that diabetes and obesity are linked. There's a lot of studies that show that. There are other sweeteners that people say are low glycemic. Really, they spike hunger, or really, they cause diarrhea, or really, they have other health issues. We don't use sugar because the average person in America is eating too much sugar. Sugar is deadly science.
How many pounds of sugar? 150?
56 pounds of sugar a year. The average teenager is eating 4 pounds of sugar a week. And if you talk to any doctor who studies cancer, they tell you to go off of sugar because cancer feeds on sugar. We know that sugar adds to diabetes, to blood pressure, to all kinds of issues. So we don't use sugar for that. Other competitors use sugar. Other competitors use these things that spike hunger. Other competitors use these sweeteners that can actually cause all sorts of GI issues. So we use the one that is the most studied globally, that has the most science globally, that is approved by over 80 countries, used for over 25 years. and has been proven safe and extreme upper levels. It is the most studied sweetener on the planet. It's amazing, and it's safe for diabetics. It's safe hot and cold.
One last piece of information. There's been about 110 peer-reviewed studies looking at this, and what they found is that the FDA has the limit that they say, and that limit you would have to have 2,862 shakes in a day to reach the limit where they say you shouldn't exceed that limit. 2,862, and if you're doing that, you got a real problem.
Wait. I just want to make sure you guys heard, right, what he is. So you're telling me I'd have to drink 2,862 shakes, not in a year, not in a month, not in a week, but in a what?
Okay.
I'd have to drink 2,862 shakes in a day, and I would still be at the acceptable recommended level of sweetener in our shake. Are you guys hearing me on this? Are you hearing me on this? Guys, it's important, and I want to reiterate one thing that I think I just heard, right? You guys, we have way too much sugar in our diets as people. Is that a fact or is that a fact? How many of you guys would agree that people, because of gaining weight and obesity, are dealing with type 2 diabetes and diabetes-related issues? Who knows people dealing with all of that? Are those people that we want to help, yes or no? Yes or no? So if we want to help people dealing with diabetes, and we know diabetes is linked to obesity, wouldn't it make sense to have a formula that they can drink, consume, and get a benefit from, yes or no? So would I be accurate in saying that we use the only sweetener that those people we want to help, people suffering from diabetes, can actually consume, get the result that doesn't have negative side benefits like everything else out there? Would that be an accurate statement?
Yes.
Would that be an accurate statement? Would that be an accurate statement? Guys, our scientists know what they're doing! I want to stress that because I know a lot of people out there who have the dialogue and people ask questions and we don't spend a lot of time training the science. We don't need to. The reason we don't need to is because that's what they do. and the reason they do that is because they put the best of the best in the products. We do not cut corners. We spend every dime so we can get the result and be that solution. 2,862 shakes. I think we have a slide here. These are a variety of different images, guys, of other, what most people would say are healthy foods we consume every day that actually have more of the same sweetener in their products. I look at Propel water, right? Propel water from Gatorade has more of the sweetener than we have in our shake. It's water. Does everybody understand what I'm saying here? Okay? So I'm stressing this point just so everybody knows how to handle this. I know it's not a question everybody gets, but if you do promote the product and you do deal with people that are focused on the fitness industry or the health arena, they do ask these questions. It's good for you guys to be armed with the facts. So I think that's good education, guys, on the protein, whey, soy, Trizorb, the secret sauce, why we focus on that sweetener. We want to help diabetics, right? We don't want to keep sugar out of people's diets, and it's the only one that